Hi, it's Ralph and Lonnie, and we're back with another forecast, this time for June, can you believe it, of 2025. So take it away. So we're up to the final week because we're going to add in the last 2 days of the month into this one. So instead of 7 days, we're going to go for 9. If we don't make it, you'll forgive us. We'll tack them on the next one.
Right.
But the 22nd starts out with a bang.
Oh, geez, oh my gosh.
There's a lot going on.
You got Mars sextile Jupiter. That's actually a lovely aspect. Really, you can process energy really well. But the sun's also square Saturn. And that can really be inhibiting to energy on that day. And then a whole bunch of social aspects going on besides that sun parallel moon. So yeah, a very, very active day. Don't sit on your hands today. You go out and get some stuff done.
And I'm going to take these 2 next days. Hopefully on your calendar, you have 2 gray box days on the 23rd and the 24th. The reason I say hopefully is because the printer had a challenge with it. And so in some places, the gray box came out perfectly like a gray box. And in other places, it was either very pale or it disappeared altogether. And so we didn't want to take a chance on that happening again. So for 2026, we changed that a little bit. And instead of having a gray background box, we're going to have a black outline around the number. So instead of being a black box behind the number, it's going to be just an outline box around the number. All to call attention to longer than usual voids, of course, that could be problematic. And you see this one starts on the 23rd, early in the morning, and doesn't end until late at night on the 24th. So that's 2 full days of void of coursing. Yes. If you can say it that way, in Gemini.
And in the day planner, it printed as a black box. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it printed as a black box.
Now, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't understand. Yeah. But we fixed it for 2026.
Of these 2 days, the day that's more interesting is actually the 24th. The moon will be in Gemini during the day. The sun is conjunct Jupiter. We describe this in the forecast as basically, this is like when the queen comes by and visits the duchess at her estate. You know, the 2 big players in the solar system besides the moon are together and they're, discussing things. And so it's a real powerful time where energy is very concentrated. And, keep in mind that it's concentrated in the early degrees of the crab. So it's, once again, that very powerful feminine energy is at work here. On the 25th, you have the new moon, which just adds to that because now you got the moon is there as well.
So it's kind of almost like a sun, moon, Jupiter conjunction. They're very close to each other.
Because it's not like Jupiter went skipping away. Jupiter is still right in that neighborhood. So you have this big concentration of energy. And in fact, in the date planner, you have the charts. So let's look at the new moon. Oh my gosh, look at all that. Jupiter's at 3 degrees. The sun and the moon are at 4. And then Mercury is at 28. So you have a big concentration there. And then meanwhile, over in, you have Venus and Taurus, another feminine sign, with Uranus at 29 degrees, which is getting ready to change sign. And then you have Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Aries. So you have this big concentration in Mars and Virgo. So a lot of concentration in feminine signs other than Saturn, which is new into Aries along with Neptune. That Neptune Saturn in Aries energy is very problematic in some ways, very possible. But a lot of times when you have these things happen historically, there's been regime changes, big changes in like long-time regimes that have like crumbled.
Well, and think of Neptune in Aries from the personal level. Aries is the newborn. It's your personal body. It's your energy. It's your identity. It's your, and wherever you have Aries in your chart is going to go through this Neptune filter. So maybe self-deception or things like that. I'm thinking about health things. I'm thinking about dietary things. And I'm thinking that people may need during this period of time, especially when they're making the adjustment into it, you may find out that you can figure out some things that have been confounding you about your health during this time that have been hidden before and maybe are going to come out with this Aries energy.
Interesting, on that Thursday, that white circle day, Mercury is going to enter Leo. Okay, so Mercury is now, it's like one step ahead, and remember, this month it went from Gemini to the Crab to Leo all in the course of the month. It means this is a fast Mercury. So it is a month in which you can get a lot of mercurial things done.
Right.
On the Friday, you have basically a very social day.
Super, super social. Yeah. Again, that opposition to Pluto, just get used to that. Thank goodness that Pluto is so far away that its energy is sort of subtle. You have to keep it in mind in the back of your head because sometimes the effects of that don't show up right away.
Now, Mercury is going to be trine Saturn. This is a good day for kids to call their parents, or grandparents and parents to call their kids. Good communication that day. You actually have nice conversations.
The 28th, Saturday, is a pleasant enough day. Sun parallel Jupiter, Venus trine Neptune. I call that a go to the beach day, especially since there's a square.
I'm going to pencil that in right now.
If there's a square from the moon to Venus, Venus is just, squaring that Leo, and she wants to relax on the beach.
Exactly.
In the sun of Leo.
Now, I think we got time for the 29th and the 30th.
We do.
Because the 30th has nothing on it. But the 29th is a nice social day with that moon sextile Jupiter in conjunct Mars, squaring Uranus, but there's the sun sextile the moon, Mercury opposite Pluto. Do you notice this whole week has had a lot of planetary aspects? Some weeks you don't have, like a lot of times it's all lunar. But this week, every single day except for the 30th has had planetary aspects. There's a real changing of course here.
Right, and you're going to see that in the voids as we build up to these planetary changes. Those void of courses will get longer.
Exactly.
So that's it for June. Come see us on Planetary Calendar Astrology on YouTube. We might even be posting up some little surprise features there. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, and hit that bell so that you get notified of the surprises.
Exactly.
And if you didn't get your calendar for 2025, you can still order it at planetarycalendar.com. You might want to order the digital because that's instant gratification because you get that next day.
Yeah. And the 2026 is going to be ready pretty soon. So until next time, be well.